Labonte has to check every place that 3 truck might make a pass on the bottom. Skinner's down on the apron, coming up side by side through turn 3.
Here he goes.
They don't touch. Labonte gave him room. Not a lot of room.
But he got on the outside, and you know, that outside lane really seems to keep running. I still think he's in a whole lot for a while.
Mike side by side, down in turn 1, coming up out of turn 2.
Boy, Labonte is right there. He is not going to let this one get away.
I tell you, I'm sure Terry's going to drive on into turn 3 off of the deep.
This is it. Skinner ekes out an advantage. Will Labonte cross and dive under? He'll try it. Single file off the corner. Labonte can't get there. Mike Skinner will go to victory lane.
Wow, Mike Skinner done everything but a left turn coming off that corner. Wow, was that truck loose.
Labonte threw everything he had at Skinner. Mike Skinner takes Richard Childress's truck. Will Lind, the crew chief, told me this morning he didn't know if the truck would even run. They had that problem in qualifying with the ignition. When they went to time the motor, they had a problem. Put a whole new ignition in it for qualifying. Didn't work that well, and there was no practice yesterday. So Will Lind said he didn't even know if he knew it would fire up, but he didn't know if it would make any power. Boy, did it.
Let's look as they come off turn 4. You can see Mike Skinner coming out of the corner. Watch him get sideways here. I'm telling you, that's some great driving by both parties. There is no loser. There was second place. Terry Labonte did everything he could.
Getting in the corner, but boy, Skinner's truck just accelerates so hard up off the corner.
White flag. So Mike Skinner is 1 lap away from the inaugural Super Truck by Craftsman Series championship. The journeyman driver from California who moved east, swept the shop at Richard Petty's, had a couple of pickup rides, started a few Winston Cup races. Took a long time for him to get his career on track. He rented some equipment from Richard Childress. Childress kept an eye on him, liked what he saw, named Skinner to drive his super truck, and as he takes the checkered flag, Mike Skinner is the first Super Truck by Craftsman Series champion, wins the battle and the war. Ernie Irvan comes home a couple of tenths of a second behind in second place.
Well, folks, I always say, how do you win a championship? What would you do? What would you do? That's what you're supposed to do right there. You start up front, you run up front, you stay up front, and you win the race. This guy, I saw him win the pole in the Busch race at Charlotte, and I asked myself, who is Mike Skinner? I'd never heard of him. I guarantee you everybody's heard of Mike Skinner today.
Well, I think the other story is that Ernie's truck was not quite as fast the first 10 laps of restart, and it was pretty much established, and that gap never changed after they got going.
Mike Skinner, a winner and champion. We'll speak with him after this.